Oh yeah. Okay. So I'll continue. So the girl, her so-called friend, and her, they was pretty much fucking all types of dudes. And her friend, let me tell you how it goes, because some people don't know what's going on. So you have a ratchet chick who is real dangerous, who fucks a lot of people, and you got the good girl who use her ratchet friend to fuck guys that she don't want to be linked to, but she has a boyfriend. Now, mind you, this chick had a boyfriend. This is so former player. Here we go. And this is something that Jada Black didn't tell you about. Former player choked Washington assistant to death with a HDMI cable as he lured her to have kinky sex with him and another woman. Luli, police records were real. He confessed he was helping his ex-girlfriend with the gruesome taking out on sex when he was in the area between team activities. A woman from Washington attended to a gauge. Whoa. 23-year-old from Lake Washington had traveled to Sin City on there with her friend with the intention to engage in prostitution. So your boy, Jada Black, didn't tell the whole story. Your boy Jada Black didn't tell the whole story. He didn't tell the whole story. She took a 16-hour ride to Las Vegas with her friend to get paid for sex. So let me tell you about these duos. And let me tell you about what happens between certain girls. The good girls stay good and the bad girl stay bad. The bad girl gets the good girl there you go. The good girl let the bad girl scope out all the men that she wants to have sex with, all the while keeping her image up with a boyfriend. Mind you, this 23-year-old girl had a boyfriend. So she was doing shit behind her back. Her friend didn't like the fact that she was always getting more of the people. The same night, who alleged to have the plan, blah, began to seek her ex help after they would report issues between her and robbers. Both worked as prostitutes in Las Vegas, argued over a Rolex, and threatened to smoke if she didn't give her the watch. Wow. So, I was right. They were prostitutes. They were selling ass. And she got mad at the fact, as the other girl, dudes liked her more than the other girl. So she decided to get her ex-boyfriend to take her out. Then decide to eliminate her when it failed to hire a hitman for $3,000. They discussed several ways to do the tongue, which is poisoning, strangulation. I need to snap her neck. Just snap the pop neck. Wrote the hole in the message, along with a third man who had a contract with somebody who get Rogers clap. It would get nice, thick piece of rope, like the movies. Had gotten into an altercation on December the 4th after allegedly after she allegedly implemented Roger's boyfriend in a double murder in California, which led to the man's arrest. Wow. So, also got in an altercation on it after she allegedly implied Roger's boyfriend in a double murder in, wow, met him through a dating app a year and a half after they broke up for a few months of dating. The two remained in touch following a breakup. Rogers was lured to her, blah blah blah, and had choked her, blah blah blah. After purchasing alcohol near the thing they originally planned to do, had to explain Roger that Comanche was the trick, a prostitute client, and was going to pay them for their services, which insinuated kinky sex, and wanted to tie them up both before sex. Roger agreed and removed her clothes and climbed on the blah blah blah. Records read adding money had a bag Ziploc and already in a car of two. Wanted to tie her wrists together, blah blah blah. I'm trying to make sure that this is right here. He used a HDMI cable to blah 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 for 10 seconds and stopped when he heard the victim struggling to breathe, but wanted to continue and rather unresponsive. They checked her pulse and blah blah blah. The pair blah 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 picked up doing the alleged killer smashed her phone and drove the back. And smiled. So, your boy Jada Black didn't tell the truth. The 23-year-old was a prostitute. And she was always in his life. And eventually this was going to happen. She had a boyfriend. And she was still a prostitute. Yeah. It's funny that nobody tells the truth about these chicks. Even after they did. But it's funny that if this was a guy, his whole life would be put out there. So, Drew Carey's ex-fiance ended up getting taken out by her ex-boyfriend. She broke up with Drew Carey because she think that she was better than Drew Carey. And she ended up being on a Dead or Alive list. Because she chose the wrong guy. Some of these people, as you see, they don't know when to stop. And they know they don't have the ability to know when enough is enough. When their 9 lives is about to run out. But as you see, this guy is somewhat attractive or whatever. So basically he stalked her at the porn awards. And she's a so-called sex therapist. Whatever that shit means. A lot of these females be in certain lifestyles that they just draw in crime. They just draw in shit. So let's see what happens now. All of the spouse who killed each other. You see them. You see a chick who killed her boyfriend. You know, the infamous one, her. So, she wasn't so innocent after all. But I thought, these hoes are winning. I was told that the hoes are winning, right? I was told that these women are winning. Nobody talks about how nuclear reactive that these chicks really are. Remember about a couple years ago where this guy was giving away free, he was paying for everybody in a Waffle House. A black woman took offense to that because he wouldn't pay for her. She sent her pookie on him. Don't y'all notice that every black chick end up having a pookie? Even the so-called good ones have a pookie on standby. I can say this, I don't even know without a doubt. I don't know if I still have my connections and anything, if something went down where I need to, something serious went down. I used to have them, but I don't have them no more. But I know every single black chick or every single chick out here has a guy that she can use against somebody. This guy was not doing nothing to nobody. He was just paying for stuff because he felt good. Mind you, this guy he was a MGTOW guy. But he didn't believe in paying for people that he didn't want to pay for. And it cost him his life. But hey, we just talk about online shit. We don't talk about real life. We don't go outside, right? Nobody talks about the biased customer service. I know people, my subscribers told me a couple things that happened to them in customer service. Mind you, we're not trying to date these girls. We're just trying to get our food, customer service over the phone, and we get treated like shit. So for people to be like, "Oh yeah, man, you just get your money up and you get your money up and you don't have to deal with this." So you telling me that you don't have bad customer service because these people don't hire people with skills? Or the skills to be a customer service? I mean, I dealt with a whole bunch of customer service people. Bad customer service. And most of them chicks, hard to deal with. So close to death before. So one of the things about us, about red pill and incel, whatever, we make an avid of saying that body counts matter. Who your girlfriend last talked to matters because it might hurt you in the end, or it might hurt you if you don't watch it, right? So this guy, a soft milk toast guy who talked against red pill. I mean, let's see his past videos. So your boy Hunter is a blue pill, soft milk toast guy. And he picked a woman, like you always do. His ex-wife was trying to have sex with a black guy, and she was going to get paid to have sex with 5 black guys. She even said that he can't fuck. She said a lot of shit about him. And he still has some shit to say about Red Pill and other people and stuff like that. But he almost got his karma back when he picked the wrong girl. Mind you, this girl decided to go to a soft milquetoast guy and knew that her ex-boyfriend was a suicidal maniac. So the girl decided to pick this weak dude and decided that if she's gonna bury her in the ground, she's gonna take somebody with her. She decided to take this guy. So you can type in his name and say the situation. His girlfriend left the guy who was crazy. She got shot in the leg, and he started banging on the door. The cops rolled up on the ex-boyfriend at the door, and the ex-boyfriend proceeded to pull the trigger on himself. So, mind you, this chick was with this guy for 11 years. All right. So, most recent ordeal is my attention, or many are lying that I'm anti-police or defund the police type. This is probably false. I linked the clip over a year. So, mind you, so I'm gonna try to find a picture of her ex-boyfriend. So, let me show you her ex-boyfriend, if he's on here. Let me turn right here. Wait. Uh, so I want to show you. Mind you, there we go. This is her ex-boyfriend. Now, you would ask yourself how this short guy is so abusive. Now, mind you, I don't believe anybody, but let me tell you what she probably did. She found Hunter and she decided to get with him because he is on YouTube, and she dumped him. Dude went crazy that he spent 11 years with her and she could dump him like this, and he went postal. Now let's read what she said about him. Shotgun in the leg, shootout, tears. Okay. She finally escaped the house she shared with who she said she'd been with frightening abuse throughout their 11-year relationship. She'd been with the guy for 11 years. Mind you, this is the peak of Me Too. This is the peak of a lot of women's movements. She could have easily threw cases on him and hid and left. But her horrors went far from over. Shortly after visiting in West Virginia, Cody disappeared, tagged her on her car, and openly admitted to painting so he can find out where she lived. Tell me I'll see him soon. He allegedly tried to respond online, confronting him about the trackers. She said that he began to threaten to, as their relationship developed from a simple friendship over the past 3 months. Isn't it crazy? It's even in the details where she was only friends with him for 3 months. How do you fall in love and get into a relationship in 3 months? So, 5 days after that discovery, he received a call. The landlord said a man with a suitcase had been loitering around. He followed him, blah, 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 and proceeded to the building. He was carrying a what's it called? Advanced on him with a blank face. He saw us in something, blah, blah, blah. He's like Jakey and Hyde. He's been like this for 11 years. It's scary. Evelyn, she was battling. He won't, or since he expressed he made this attempt to do this to me. So brave. He saved my life. The couple flew up the steps and blah, blah, blah. 911. Now, mind you, look at this guy. This guy is short, and he looked like he wouldn't hurt a fly. Now, you got to ask yourself, what turned this guy that is the same size as her to make him this kind of crazy? and she gets a GoFundMe for her medical bills and a new house. Huh. I find it funny that nobody talks about the player who finally get told no and he goes and start raping people. Nobody talks about the kid, the man who lost his virginity at 12 years old, and women always told him that he was the man until he wasn't the man anymore. Now he's going around raping people. No one talks about the handsome guy who beats on girls, or the big dick porn stars who beat on girls, or the women who kill their boyfriends and themselves, or the wives who kill their husbands. It seems like the narrative is that the incels are the big problem with society. Red pill is the big problem of society, and every single thing in the society is so happy-go-lucky. It's just you gotta go out there. You can't find no girl out here and this and this and that. I mean, if the utopia exists, then all of this shit wouldn't be happening, right? It's a mess out there. But for some reason, the news, everybody seems to protect these people, and society hides the fact that the good-looking people do more killings than the ugly people. When good-looking people don't get their way, people drop. When the good-looking people don't get what they want, you don't tell them what they want, they fight. I seen a whole bunch of arrest videos, and it's a whole bunch of girls that people would find attractive, and they're fighting the cops and they're knocking shit down. People with a whole bunch of money fighting in clubs and shit. And I'm like, this is the type of society you want incels and people to go to? Y'all haven't cultivated certain places without all this drama and this dumb shit? But for some reason, you can continue to make videos about red pill men and incels, or call passport bros losers. Let me kind of tell you this right now, right? Because somebody came in my inbox and tried to confront me about SBE, right? I don't have a problem with the concept of SBE. Making fun of the people who shame, blame, and explain, right? But the funny part is that they don't try to turn that to the females. Because there's females out here trying to shame, blame, and explain men to dating black women. Why don't SBE talk about those guys? Why is it SBE's only towards guys who talk about women? Why is not the women talking about men? Or the loser women who go around running around every single comment section, even though some black dudes ain't talking about them, and they have something to say. Why don't they talk about the shame, blame, and explain of the save the community guys, the stepfather guys? Why don't they talk about them? They only got one particular type of guys they talk about, but everybody's shame, blame, and explain. Everybody. I mean, why don't they talk about their boy Super Sly? Yo, why you talking? Why shame, blame, and explain only result to one particular person's group of people when everybody does it? I mean, you can't. I mean, if you take your shame, blame, and explain, why the fuck are you shame, blaming, and explaining a bunch of men who shaming women? Just leaving the fuck alone. Move on to another group of people who shame, blame. You should turn to people and say, why are you shaming these loser incel guys when they're not going to change? But it's like you guys want to. It's like you guys are on women's side, where you tell them, "Oh, here, these women not gonna change. This and this and that." I seen a live stream of I seen a live stream with Ramil and Man of Tomorrow, and Ramil thinks that guys gotta work out. Dude don't even look like he work out. He got skinny ass arms. My arms and I haven't been working out at all, and my arms bigger than him. My whole body's bigger than him. But it's like, dude was like, you just don't got it. He tried to sit back and say certain things about guys, and Man of Tomorrow, without kind of insulting them, changed it and said, no, get with the inventory. And then even Ramil was like, oh yeah, man, you just get your passport. Yo, y'all solved the problem and get a pass. No, but she was talking shit about passport bros like a few years ago. And your boy Ty City's talking shit about passports. Guys with passports. It's weird that guys try to solve their problems so they don't be here being losers and being taught all this bullshit, and they can still be themselves, and you still got a problem with it. Niggas, everybody shame blaming this explain. Y'all did this SBE shit for what, 3-4 years? And you still just focusing on incel guys? There's white guys who shame blaming and explain. Why don't you change that shit to white guys who shame blame and explain black men, and black women who try to shame blame and explain black men? Oh, hoes are winning because you on their side now. Society does a good job at pretending like the incels and red pill men are the problem, when all these motherfuckers are problems. Nobody told these people that is consequences. Nobody told these people no. It's weird that somebody calls you socially awkward, but then you disagree with somebody in real life and they pull out a gun and shoot you. But they don't call them socially awkward. And there's a reason why a lot of people don't want to talk to these people, because one disagreement might turn into a gunfight. I mean, it's weird to be like, guys are socially awkward. They don't know how to have conversations. No wonder people not trying to have conversations. Look what the fuck's going on out here. This shit's happening everywhere. I don't care what kind of good, great neighborhood you supposedly be in. The best neighborhoods got the darkest secrets. But isn't that crazy that nobody talks about this stuff? So I broke it to y'all, the real story behind that 23-year-old losing her life. Her and her friend was prostitutes. The woman got mad. Her boyfriend ended up going to jail. That means she was for the streets. And she got a boyfriend who was part of the streets too. And they got into a beef. She got her boyfriend to do some crazy shit. So she wasn't an innocent person in the party. She was playing them street games, and the street games played her. Just like the rest of these chicks. That's why every single time somebody tries to come at me with some shit, I always drop certain people's names to make sure that they understand that it ain't the guys that don't get chicks that are out here taking these chicks out. It's the guys who they open the door for and moan their names. So, let me get it over here.